I feel like games would be better with like an easy to hard mode kind of slider thing. So last night I was playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and it's got me thinking that I feel like all games, mostly story based games, should have this thing that you can change the game mode at any time. Now, some games have this, but other games don't really have a easy to hard mode. It's usually either a set difficulty or you pick it once and you can't change it again. But anyways, this got me thinking because my game was on kind of like the medium standard mode, and I was getting a little bit tired and I really want to feel the true power of that lightsaber. So what I did was just change the difficulty down all the way to easy, because it made the lightsaber feel like an actual lightsaber, not like a plastic blade that you're trying to hit someone 4 to 5 times just to take down a single little bug. And it was pretty nice because I feel like all the games should have this kind of slider. Now let's just take The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or something, because that's another story game. And you're playing this game, and what if you wanted to really make the Master Sword or whatever hit enemies super hard? So what you do is you open up your settings, you change the difficulty to easy, and there you go. But if you really want to feel that challenge, like sometimes I'm not just like a person that doesn't like challenges. Like, what if you want to change the difficulty throughout the game till hard? Now, this would be something that maybe you could do because you want to play the game on hard, you want to test your ability on fighting and whatever the case may be. Like Elden Ring is a very good example of this, because the game is hard and you can't really change it, but the game is really hard. Now Breath of the Wild is more like a easier game, but I think that every single game, story-based game, should have something that, hey, you can pick your difficulty, you can make it just like how you want. If you want to have an easy story-based experience, go for the easy slot. If you want to have more like a challenging experience, you can switch it throughout your journey. Maybe you're just super tired of just hitting your enemies with a blade that really doesn't feel like a good, strong, powerful blade. It feels just like a plastic sword or something. But if you change the difficulty all the way down, there you go. You get a sword that really shows its true power. Like when I was playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I had it on Jedi Knight or whatever. That's the one in the middle. There's 2 extra ones above that, but it's the one in the middle. It was like Jedi, what is it? Jedi Knight or I don't know, or something, and then Grandmaster. But after that, I decided to switch it down because my lightsaber just felt like not that powerful. And then I was also just like, the story was just really good, so I wanted to like get through all of the enemies and then go and get, you know, the story beats. So yeah, I think that every single game would be so much better with like a scroll that you can, you know, change the difficulty whenever you want, because this would be so amazing. I would love it so much, because then if you want to have just a basic story based games, go ahead, get your story. But then if you're bored of the story and you want to go and have some challenge, you can just quickly change the slider and the game's harder. And don't you think Breath of the Wild or any Zelda game would be better like this? You can have a chance to show your skills if you put it all the way to the end and make it you're the master or something. I think that this would be a good idea. Now, there's a little bit of a downside to this. Then, if you have a friend, he's like, oh, I'm super good, and then he's got like the big old sword or something before you. But just don't let that get to your head, because hey, You're playing the game how you like to play the game. If you like to play the game like, on a little bit of a easy mode, go right ahead. Now, if you want to play games on hard mode, also go ahead. It's your game. And I think that they would just be fantastic if you can really change the kind of point that the game starts, ends, and becomes super hard, and then super easy. It would be so much better if you can really just customize that little wheel thing. Really, Star Wars Jedi Survivor really does that really good, because you can just start the game off at an easier mode or kind of mid mode, change it up, and then absolutely get destroyed, change it all the way down, and then make your blade feel like a powerhouse. Instead of hitting people it's not even a lightsaber anymore, it's a cucumber cutter or something. You're hitting someone with a sword that's actually molten lava. I don't know. I think that this is a pretty fantastic idea, because I love playing games. Sometimes when they're super, super hard, like Elden Ring, or even sometimes when they're just nice, simple, easy, and hit them, do your story stuff. But also, the middle idea is still pretty fantastic. There's a lot of games that they start off kind of hard, but as you evolve and whatever, they get just easy. It's just like another cakewalk. Tears of the Kingdom is a perfect example of this. Now, I've noticed at the start of the game, I was getting destroyed by the enemies. But as the game progressed, as I evolved and got all of my stuff, it got easier. So what I decided to do is just make sure I was at 10 hearts the entire game. Now, this was fine, but it was still getting a little bit easy. Now, what if all the games kept the difficulty up? This would be pretty cool. Or you can switch it down to a lower difficulty, so then you can have fun with your experience, you can enjoy the story, you can enjoy whatever you want. Now, this won't work for all games, but I feel like story-based games is really where I'm headed, because it's just really a good idea, because then you can really experience the game how you want, instead of, you start the game and there's no way to change the difficulty, so you're stuck there, and maybe you'll just give up on the game because something's too hard. So if you change the slider that, you can change the difficulty, this would maybe encourage you to play the game more, because it's kind of your skill level. But if it's too easy, on the other hand, then you're just gonna be like, this game is way too easy and it's kind of boring because there's no challenge. And there you go, you can move the difficulty up. So this, I think, is a pretty fantastic idea. I think that they should add this into more games. It's already in a few games, but not every single game have one of this sliders for the difficulty slider. That's it. I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you think that more games should have this? Do you think that it's okay how it is? Do you think, hey, this would be a pretty good idea? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider to hit the big old like button, maybe the subscribe button if you really, really want to. I would really, really appreciate it. Consider to drop a comment, because your comments are amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. With that being said, have a fantastic day.